He slapped me before the words even left my mouth. The sound cracked through the living room, sharp, humiliating, final. I didn't cry. I just stood there, his palm print burning across my cheek like a brand. His mother was sitting on the couch, watching. For a second, I thought she'd do what she always did, look away. But that day, something in her eyes changed. She picked up her phone, quietly, deliberately, and when she spoke, her voice didn't shake. "Hello? I'd like to report domestic violence." He froze. That was the first time I saw fear on his face. Not anger, not arrogance, fear. And in that instant, I knew his empire was about to fall. I used to think love meant endurance. I met him 6 years ago, in a cafe that smelled like burnt coffee and rain. He was charming, the kind of man who made promises with his eyes. We built a life from scratch, a small house, matching mugs, Sunday breakfasts that felt like peace. He made me feel safe, until safety became a weapon. The first time he raised his voice, I blamed stress. The first time he threw a plate, I blamed myself. And the first time he hit me, I told no one. Because I believed he'd change. Because I thought love could fix what violence had already claimed. But control doesn't fade. It mutates. He began isolating me, like peeling skin from fruit. Friends stopped calling. My mother's visits disrupted the household. My bank card disappeared. Every move I made was monitored. Every word weighed for consequence. He wanted obedience, not love. And I gave him silence, because silence made me invisible. But invisibility is power when used correctly. The day I found the messages, everything shifted. She was half my age, one of his employees. He called her his peace. I read every word with a calm so cold it scared me. He thought I'd break down. Instead, I smiled. Because that was the moment I stopped being his victim and started being his undoing. I didn't confront him. I documented everything, bruises, threats, screenshots. I spoke softly, moved carefully, waited patiently. I found a lawyer, opened a secret bank account, reached out to his mother. Yes, her, the same woman I thought despised me. But I didn't know she'd lived through the same hell, the same raised hands, the same fear. He was his father's son. And that day, she whispered, "He won't touch you again." So I let him think he'd won, cooked his dinners, folded his shirts, played the obedient wife while every step I took laid the groundwork for his collapse. Until that night, the slap that ended everything. When the police arrived, he still thought he could charm his way out. He laughed, calling it a misunderstanding. But then his mother handed over the file, the evidence I'd been collecting for months. Photos, audio recordings, witness statements. His mask shattered with every page they turned. I stood there, quiet, watching the storm I'd built consume him. When they cuffed him, he finally looked at me. There was confusion in his eyes, as if betrayal was something that only belonged to him. He called my name once. I didn't answer, because he wasn't speaking to the same woman he used to hit. The trial dragged for weeks. He tried everything, manipulation, apologies, even tears. But the truth has a weight of its own. And when the verdict came, guilty on all counts, I didn't feel triumph. I felt release. His mother sat beside me. Her hand found mine, trembling but strong. "I'm sorry," she whispered. I shook my head. "You saved me." Now, when I look in the mirror, I still see the faint shadow of that slap, but it doesn't burn anymore. It reminds me of where I stopped being afraid. I live alone now. The house is quiet, but not empty. I filled it with peace, not the fragile kind, the kind built on truth, not silence. Sometimes people ask if I regret it, if I wish things had ended differently. I don't. Because justice didn't come with rage. It came with precision, with patience, with the courage to stop waiting for rescue and become my own. He thought his mother would defend him. He never realized she'd been waiting too, for someone to finally finish what she couldn't. And when the sirens faded that night, I didn't feel broken. I felt free. Because sometimes the most powerful revenge is letting the world see who the monster really was.